thankfully, I just caught myself yet again starting without going live. That has a tendency to happen lately. Anyways, this is what you need to know. Each sign, there is no clarification. If you were interested in winning the drawing taking place on the 25th, click the video titled "'Tis the Season." Do what it tells you to do, and you will be entered to win. Okay, we're going to start with Aries and move our way all the way down to Scorpio. I don't know if I can even do timestamps at this point because I don't know. We'll see. Okay. All right. Starting with Aries. What you need to know. Hello, Vicky. All right. Oh, what am I doing? Aries. No clarifications. Okay. Put that upside down. All right, Aries, overall energy for your reading is number 32, Door to Spirit, and it is pertaining to number 21, the living room. Interesting. It feels as though, well, if you have been watching me long enough, anything pertaining to a room or a house is the mind. So there could be a shift taking place internally where you are opening the door to your spirituality to move towards more of what is more in spiritual integrity and in alignment, to really open up to spiritual practices. You have temptation. Number 15, this is Capricorn energy. Number 7, the Chariot, and number 20, the Call. These are all major arcanas. In fact, you have only major arcanas. And it feels like the temptation is talking about maybe where you've been, part of the ego, certain behavioral patterns that are needing to be released, and moving towards the energy of the Chariot, which is victory, success, and forward momentum, into the Call, which is surrender and moving in a new direction. I feel like you are heeding the call of spirit and, again, moving away from the ego. In your underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, number 27, walking away. And it's pertaining to number 32, sorrow and grief. So beautiful. That would be victim-victor mentality, ego stuff. And walking away from that cycle. We do have the moon card, Pisces energy, number 18, which is about, it could actually even pertain to the new and full moons taking place. But it's really about going through your fear, opening up to your spiritual intuition, your spiritual gifts, things of that nature. You have number 3, next couple of weeks. So there is going to be a major shift and change taking place for you, Aries, in the next couple of weeks. All right, I'm going to shuffle and move on to Leo. And again, I feel like my timestamps are going to be off a smidgy, but oh well. Oh well. Happy Friday, by the way. I should also make mention that next Friday's live is going to be for the extended and gratitude group members only. Okay. Leo. Leo, this is what you need to know. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or cross watch. I don't know what I'm doing for somebody that you are dealing with. All right, Leo. Let me get a card. Leo. Okay. Okay, Leo, overall energy for your reading, number 49, Angel of Love. And it is pertaining to number 12, a rich girl. So, Leo, this could be your energy, the rich girl. And I feel like it's more falling in love with the self or the, how do I explain that? Like the desire of what it is that you're becoming, if that makes sense. So, and it doesn't have to be rich as in wealth, although it could be, but it's almost like heart opening up to the idea of being that wealthy person. If it is a person you're dealing with, this is talking more about that person, not necessarily their wealth, but give me a better way to explain it. It's kind of like having an idol, like looking up to somebody, not putting them on a pedestal, but almost like the energy, the essence, the way that they move through life. But this is pertaining to more the richness of a person. We have the 10 of water, unconditional love. I do like the 10 of water, the 10 of cups. It really goes well with the angel of love and that feeling of seeing the essence of somebody as opposed to whatever 3D, whatever flaws, whatever. It's just being in that energy of love. It feels very like walking on clouds kind of energy. We do have the moon card, number 18, Pisces energy, which is about, again, pushing through fears, secrets coming to light, things that need to be released. And we have a 2 of air. The 2 of air is being unwilling or unable to make a choice or a decision. If anything, I feel like you are causing yourself to be stuck on insignificant things. So as opposed to like just being in the energy of gratitude and waiting for things to come towards you that you can be grateful for, it's like being in that energy of gratitude or love and then feeling like you need to pick between one thing or another thing and being unwilling to make a choice or a decision. Just the idea of feeling that you must choose as opposed to allowing what is meant for you to come to you and what is not meant for you to move away from you is a block. And your underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Number 53, Magician, and the Mirror, which is alchemy, but it's pertaining to number 16, his thoughts. So we do have 2 people here, and his thoughts, being with the Magician and the Mirror, this person is mirroring you or you're mirroring them, or you're mirroring each other. So whether it's something subconscious that they're showing you of yourself, an indecision, lack of making choices or decisions, it is a mirror to you. And the fact that it's alchemy means that you're creating this together. So if you're in this energy of unconditional love but unable to make a choice or a decision in any aspect in your life, this person could also be in that energy of unconditional love or love, but be showing that they are finicky, not able to make a choice or a decision. And in essence, it's showing you where your block is. We have the Two of Earth. This is the energy of juggling, emotionally and energetically draining. Could be overworking as well, but it's the same idea. You're both in the same energy. It just might be manifesting in different aspects of your life. This person feels like they are manifesting some form of juggling or energetic emotional drainage pertaining to the Hierophant, Taurus energy, some form of a higher level of commitment. And it's interesting because whether this is in a relationship, so they're juggling the idea of having a higher level of commitment with you and another person, it feels very much like it also feels like they're not following their intuition and their higher spiritual guidance. We have a Six of Fire, which is recognition. Could also pertain to a small level of fame. This person could literally be juggling a lot of work as well. And if you need to flip the roles, I feel like this is a two-part. One is you, one is this other person. But it feels like this person has the idea of winning some kind of recognition, acclaim, fame, something to that extent. And it is almost feels like they're putting so much into it's energetically exhausting and draining. They're doing too much. They're working too much. They're putting too much energy into that. We have number 5, amazing chemistry, terrible timing. So this person is not currently the right person for you. And I say currently, that could change. It says the timing. So, all right, I'm going to shuffle and we'll move on to Sagittarius. It is quiet today. I notice I tend to get more views after the live. I guess I could take that as a clue if I wanted more people during the live to actually start a little bit later, but whatever. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. What do we have for Sag? Sag, this is what you need to know. The moon keeps popping out for everybody, or at least all the fire signs, I should say. Excuse me. Sagittarius, overall energy for your reading. 2 popped out. It is number 9, the broken heart, and number 30, the garden and the gate. I feel like there's energy from the past that is keeping you from stepping forward into something new. Fear, stress, anxiety, comfort in the discomfort. It is pertaining to number 16, his thoughts, and number 30, legal matters. So there's some kind of fear. You could be the one, his thoughts, or it could be the person you're dealing with. But I feel like there is fear and emotional turmoil. This feels like very, like it could have expanded from the Leo reading. But so if you have that in your chart, check that out. But this feels very much like there's fear, stress, anxiety pertaining to sadness, sorrow, stepping outside of a situation, tied to legal matters, and heartbreak. We have the messenger of fire. This is passion, drive, desire, and forward momentum, action. With the messenger of water, it's like following the heart, taking action on the heart as opposed to logical thinking of mind. With the 3 of earth, which is creative endeavors and collaborating with others. And number 11, justice, Libra energy, balance. It's saying to take one step at a time. Don't look at necessarily the big picture when it feels overwhelming, but to just go with what you find passionate. Follow the heart. Where is your heart leading you? Follow your creative endeavors, and that's going to bring balance back into your life. In your underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Number 8, indecision. Pertaining to number 5, the good Lord. What's right and wrong? Feeling indecisive on which direction to go. Pertaining to, it's almost like, I don't know if I should do this. Is this really good for me? Is this really what I want? Is this really in alignment with me? As opposed, it's like over analyzing everything, which feels more like an air sign trait, but here we are, Sag. We have number 18, the moon, Pisces energy. There is a need to move through your fears, the stress, the anxiety, and release things that are no longer serving you. We are still in the energy of the, as it happened yesterday, the Gemini full moon. So it could even pertain to that. There is a need to release. I'm looking at Vicky. Vicky, still in full moon energy. Yes, we are, because it just happened. And then we have a 10 of water. That feels very much like expectation in or fear surrounding a family situation. Some kind of long-term family situation. There's really a need to meditate on it. Next couple of months, number 43 for you, Sag. All right, we're going to shuffle and we will move into Taurus. Shuffling and moving on to Taurus. I should also mention that next Friday's live is going to be a little bit different, but again, it's only going to be for group members, so a little bit different for group members only. In fact, I feel like we're only going to be doing one Friday live a week for just the general subscribers or non-subscribers, whichever. All right, Taurus. Where are we at? Taurus, what you need to know. popped out of nowhere. All right, Taurus, overall energy, you have 2 that popped out. Number 19, rest and rejuvenation. Number 41, 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Rest and rejuvenation is about meditation. It's about healing. And Uriel is about your spirit connection, your intuition, inspiration. And it's pertaining to number 14, sad news. For some of you, there is kind of an inkling or a knowing that there's a major shift and change taking place. It feels like the sad news almost feels like bittersweet. It's kind of like if you find out, you know, that you are losing your job, but in essence, something better comes along. So it's the sadness of, oh, wow, you know, I don't have this job anymore. Or, you know, you having to tell all your friends that you're moving and, you know, it seems like bittersweet, like, oh, but, you know, the excitement of this new shift and change. But I feel like you're getting this on an intuitive level before it even transpires. The 8 of Fire tells me that it's going to come in seemingly out of nowhere, this communication. And it's pertaining to the world. The world is a time of celebration, number 21, Capricorn, Aquarius. It is, however, the ending of a cycle. It's when a cycle ends, it means something new is beginning. And we have the Chariot, number 7, Cancer energy, victory, success, and forward momentum with the Page of Air. Clarity, truth, honesty. And so I feel like you're opening up your spiritual guides, but I also feel like there's a major ending taking place in your current life situation. In your underlying, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. At number 33, door to romance, pertaining to number 9, change. So again, I feel like there's going to be some kind of victory, success, forward momentum when it comes to romance. With the messenger of air, I feel like you're receiving intuitive hits, guidance, and downloads. It could pertain to a Queen of Water, specifically Cancer, but it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. However, I also feel like this is you receiving the intuition and things of that nature. This person could be coming into your life if they are not already. You could also be connecting telepathically with this person. We have Justice, number 11. I feel like if you're already currently in this situation with this person, that it's coming into balance. But I also feel like if this is somebody that you haven't yet met, if it's somebody that you have yet to meet, it will be a very balanced situation. Number 58, waste of your time. And number 18, April. I feel like the waste of the time is more or less sitting in that energy of sad news or sadness. I feel like that would be more of the waste of time than the new cycle beginning. And I feel like your new cycle is going to be coming around April. So again, a new relationship, a shift in your current relationship, a new opportunity of sorts because there is a cycle closing out. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we will do a Virgo. I'm actually surprised how quiet it is. It is a Friday after all. I'm doing all signs. What is your sign? Or what are your signs? Sun, moon, rising. Ben Patterson. Oh, perfect. Because Capricorn is right after Virgo, and we're doing Virgo right now. So one more sign, and it will be your sign. So Virgo, and then Capricorn will be next. Currently on Virgo. All right, why am I trying to shuffle that? Virgo. What you need to know for Virgo, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Or cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. All right. Virgo, overall energy for your reading is number 43, man holding a coin. It did pop out in the reverse, which would tell me more that this is a little bit ungrounded or unstable situation pertaining to number 1, main male. So pertaining to a main male, you could be the main male or it could be somebody that you're dealing with. I feel like it's kind of an ungrounded, unstable situation. We have a 7 of air. The 7 of air is about strategy sometimes, but it also does talk about self-deception, sneaky behavior, lies, deception. With the 7 of earth, the 7 of earth is the seeds planted, but it's interesting because this person is looking back at said self-deception or strategy, whatever word you want to use, because I feel strategy a lot of the times can fall under deceptive behavior. But those are the seeds that they're planting. The seeds for what they're manifesting and creating. We have a 9 of water. The 9 of water is about wish fulfillment. It's reaping the rewards of the fruits of your labor, but it's emotional sovereignty. And it's kind of like you must emotionally detach in order to get to the 9 of water. I feel like this main male could be emotionally detached from time to time. I feel like they most likely are going to be living their best life. Like it feels like this is more of a cross-watch reading when it comes to the Virgo. It feels very much like we're talking about this main male. Now, you could say, no, I'm the one that's emotionally detached. I'm the one that, could have been lying or having deceptive behavior. That's why things are ungrounded or unstable. But I feel like this is pertaining to a main male. So either you're the main male or you're dealing with a main male, but this is the main male's energy. And I feel like they are emotionally sovereign, emotionally detached, meaning that they're not in tune to your emotions or anybody else's. They're in it for themselves, which in essence is how we all should be. And then we attract to ourselves those who can do things on their own, and we can do things on our own, and we come together, and there's no manipulation and there's no codependent behavior and things of that nature. In your underlying, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, number 48, angel of balance, pertaining to number 10, a journey. I gotta be honest, I feel like you are about to go on a journey of balance. And it feels like it could be a long journey. We're talking about really finding balance within your own self, in your own life. We have the 4 of fire. It does talk about a union, but I feel more than anything, the 4 of fire is depicting the templed path. In order to walk on said temple path, you must be energetically balanced. With the Queen of Fire, Queen of Air, Libra energy specifically, you could be dealing with a Libra, have that in your chart. I feel as though this could be somebody that you're meeting along your path. It's about having focus and being able to cut out people, places, and situations that don't serve your best and highest good. So either you're meeting somebody that you are going to, in essence, like a teacher, be it a friend, somebody that you end up in a union with, but this person I feel like is going to help you to understand when to move on, how to bring balance into your life, when to cut out people, places, and situations that really just don't best suit you. Number 33, tomorrow looks promising. So something definitely feels like it's going to transpire for you tomorrow, Virgo. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we'll move on to Capricorn. I just ended Virgo. I'll be doing Capricorn. And then after Capricorn is Aquarius, and then Libra, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I think I already shuffled these, but I'm going to shuffle again. So we are almost halfway through after Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Capricorn, what you need to know. Oops. All right, Capricorn, overall energy for your reading is number 7, community, and it's pertaining to number 17, a gift. So community for me is akin to like the 3 of Cups card. It is a time of celebration. We are in the holidays, at least here in the US. I don't know where people are, where they celebrate or what they celebrate. So there could be a lot of getting togethers, things of that nature. There's something coming in the form of a gift, and a gift doesn't necessarily have to be tangible. It can come in the form of a conversation that just sparks something within you. I feel like the gift itself is going to be something that is going to give you this new drive, desire, and clarity and truth. Now, I feel like you're being called not to overindulge in any kind of escapism, because again, like 3 of Cups, it could be talking about overindulging, drowning out your woes or what have you. But I feel like there is a very tight energy pertaining to community. So whether it's a group of friends, a group of coworkers, new people that you're coming in contact with, connecting definitely with your spirit guides and things of that would be highly important at this point, because again, there is a gift coming through with this energy. We have the Ace of Fire. That is a brand new passionate beginning. It is passion, drive, desire, and a time to take action. Aries, Leo, Sag on that. We have a messenger of air. So I feel like this is the clarity coming through for you. This is the fastest moving knight in the deck. It is like epiphanies, conversations, things of that nature that you are going to gain the clarity, the truth, and the wisdom to move forward with the messenger of water, which is, for me, talking about following your heart, whatever your heart is telling you to do. But it's in alignment with your intuition and your passion, your drive. In your underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 34, door to personal healing and happiness. I honestly feel like this is the gift. There is a door opening to your personal healing and happiness pertaining to number 5, the good Lord. This to me feels like we're talking about, it's like you're going to meet somebody or hear a phrase or something that's just going to like hit you. This truth, this clarity is going to come through. And I mean, I guess it could be in the form of a gift. Let's say somebody gifts you with I don't know, some kind of a spiritual crystal or something that's like normally something maybe you wouldn't do or get for yourself, and it just starts you down this spiritual rabbit hole. It could be something tangible, but I feel like the gift itself is far more reaching. In whatever way or form it comes to you, it's like throwing a pebble in a lake where it seems insignificant, but the ripple effects are huge. So, door to personal healing and happiness, because I feel like when it comes to the good Lord, we're talking about opening up to your spiritual nature, who you are, moving in a new direction energetically. We have the sun, number 19, Leo energy. This is the ultimate happiness. It is abundance, prosperity. It is creativity. And once we open this door to personal healing, it's going to illuminate number 17, the star. The star is Aquarius energy, your true north node, what direction you're meant to head in this lifetime. It is also about wish fulfillment and having faith in the future. The only thing that I will say is you have number 14, patience, Sagittarius. Divine timing is at play. And divine timing, more or less, is depicted upon you and how quickly you shift. So you're sat in an energy, whatever that energy is. Clearly, it isn't one of the best energies to be in or somewhere you don't necessarily want to be, because we're talking about opening a door to personal healing and happiness. And there's a need to shift that energy. And I don't have the time to go into all of it, what it means, why we do it, blah, 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 the programming, the paradigm, how to completely shift your life and live on purpose. But in essence, that's what you're going to end up doing. And it's interesting because once you move through whatever your process happens to be, whether you work with me or somebody else, or do it on your own, however your process is, you will at some point look back and be like, oh my gosh, like I can't even imagine how I used to live this way and how I wish I would have known sooner. So I will tell you that number 16, February, something is going to transpire, whether it's the divine timing is up in February or the underlying energy is going to start playing out in February. I feel like this is coming sooner. I mean, I know February isn't that far away, but I definitely feel like your divine timing is going to be closer to February, when the doors start opening, when things really start shifting. And again, happiest card in the deck, wish fulfillment. All right. I'm going to shuffle and move on to Aquarius. We are halfway through. We have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio left. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. What you need to know, Aquarius. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus. Cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Aquarius. One more. All right. Aquarius, overall energy for your reading is number 46, the thinking man, and it is pertaining to number 36, hope and big water. So definitely in your air energy with the thinking man, the hope and big water is very much, it feels very water energy to me, but it feels very much like focusing in on the desire, not how long it's going to take to get there, not, you know, when it's going to get there. It's literally, if you look at this, you can imagine she is looking across a big body of water, right? She's got the anchor. She's grounded and stable, but she's looking through the scope to see the end, where it is that she wants to go. Not necessarily looking at like the big picture and, okay, it's going to take, you know, this many times, this however long to get there. I'm going to have to row my boat. None of that. Not how or anything. It's as if tunnel vision on where it is that she wants to go. The thinking man feels very much like we are in a line, in a process of where it is that we're headed. I like that. With the 10 of fire, it's about dropping the burdens, the things from the past that told you you couldn't, that told you you weren't good enough. All of that is getting dropped. With the king of water, Pisces energy specifically, but it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is highly intuitive, psychic, kind, caring, compassionate. It could be that you're dealing with a water sign. You have this in your chart. It feels very much like really going with the flow, as opposed to trying to control or manipulate. It feels very much like following the energies, things of that nature. If you're dealing with a person, I feel like you're getting this fresh outlook with this person. Whether they're bringing a new energy to you or you're seeing them in a new light once dropping the burdens. We have the page of fire. Pages bring news, and it's some kind of passionate news, drive, desire, a desire to take action. This could have been something that transpired over the full moon, which was yesterday. There could have been communication with a water sign. It just feels like you have, it's almost like the blocks mysteriously disappear. Underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Number 10, storm warning, pertaining to number 1, a main male. Here's the dealio. I don't know who the king of water is. It could be, again, somebody that you're meeting along your path, somebody who ignites that passion within you. But I will tell you that the storm warning pertaining to the main male, I feel like that main male is number 4, the Emperor, Aries energy specifically, but it doesn't have to be an Aries. This is somebody who is very controlling, somebody who likes to be in control, in charge. They could be a business owner or somebody high up in a company. This is the energy of somebody who is bossy, if you like. They embody all four kings, yes, but I feel like this is, I mean, they're emperor energy, which means they like to be in control. We have a two of earth, which feels like you're caught in the middle. You're juggling. This is an energy of being emotionally and energetically drained, pertaining to number 8, Leo energy, the strength card. It's the storm warning is coming because there's somebody who likes to be in control and in charge, and an energy of being in your personal strength and power. And it can't be both. You can't have somebody who is controlling you and you being in control. So it's like, I'm trying to take my power back. Now, if this isn't a person, although it does say main male, it could be you trying to control a main male, or being in the energy of no personal power, which is not, it is not control. It's completely different. Being in your personal power is 100 times different than being controlling. Or you could suffer between having to be in control of every little situation. Like, nope, this isn't working the way I want it to. I need to manipulate, control, and force this to happen. That's kind of emperor energy. They're in control and in charge. Whereas in the strength card, you're in your personal power. You don't have to control people, places, and situations outside of yourself. You just control your own emotions, your own vibration. So there's a major difference. So whether you're dealing with another person or not, which I think on some level you are, I feel like you're being called to go more into the water energy, which especially Pisces is about mutable. It's about going with the flow. It's about allowing things to come to you. Following the intuition, following the sixth sense, as they like to say. So, who are we? Aquarius. Number 10, not in this lifetime. Something is not going to happen in this lifetime. And if it is pertaining to a person, it could be that. All right. I'm going to shuffle and we will do Libra. Row, row, row your boat. Okay. A little bit of shuffly. We've got Libra, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio left. And my timestamps are going to be off a smidgy. Just an FYI. Okay. Libra at, where's my time? Libra. This is what you need to know, Libra. Ooh. What you need to know. Ooh, 2 cards. Libra. One more. All right, Libra. Over way of thinking, okay. Overall energy, which tells me maybe you are overthinking. We'll get to that in a minute. Overall energy, Libra, is number 43, man holding a coin, and number 6, contract, pertaining to number 17, a gift. Here's the deal. This feels very grounded, stable, financially secure. Could be somebody's energy in your energetic field or yours. Contract is interesting because it reminds me of Libra, the symbol of balance. Now, you could have some money coming to you, some kind of legal money coming to you, and you can put that however way you want. Like legally, you could be receiving some kind of inheritance, or it could even talk about an up in your taxes if you do that stuff. Like receiving more. This feels very abundant. It feels like a gift. It feels like something that was unexpected. So, like, I don't know, maybe there was some kind of I'm going to give an example of somebody I know that hopefully there's a reason that this came to mind. They had gone to school for something, and then they were notified that, and they had paid to go to school for whatever this is. They were notified that the company had gone under. They had done something that they shouldn't, like whatever the case is. So they had spent all this money to go to school. Their thing was still legit, but because of whatever the company did, the company had to give their money back, all of their tuition, all of the money for books, all of it. So this person unknowingly not only got to keep their degree or whatever it was, their certificate, but they were getting a big check back for, it was like free. Like that to me would be a gift, and it would possibly be pertaining to something legal, something unexpected. Normally a gift would be unexpected. So there's just a thought there. We have the Strength card, Leo energy. I feel like this is about being in your personal power. Like you're not giving it to others. Whatever this gift is that's coming in is bringing balance, grounded stability into your life. I heard financial freedom for some of you. It's allowing you to be in your power. Frankly, when things are going right in our life, we're far more in our power than when we're focused on what's all crumbling or falling apart. We have a page of fire. Pages bring news. Something passionate. It also talks about taking action towards the Chariot, which is victory, success, forward momentum. So I feel like whatever is at play for you, whatever's coming in for you, whatever this gift is that you're receiving is bringing balance, stability, allowing you to be in your personal power. It's about, I heard magic, and really being passionate and more than just moving forward, like bolting forward, like being in this, like a major jolt. A lot of the retrogrades are going to be falling apart, which have in essence made us feel like we were kind of stuck or at a standstill. It could be aligning with that as well. I will say there also could be some kind of public recognition taking place for you. In the underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, number 23, all tied up. Well, goodness. How could we have a Libra reading without the all tied up card? Overthinking, overanalyzing, pertaining to number 10, a journey. So I find this interesting because it's almost like, it's not almost like, it is. You're closing out an old cycle, right? So endings coming, bringing new beginnings. The old cycle, number 21, Capricorn, Aquarius energy, is about an old aspect of self that you're moving away from. So this is something big, like an old way of thinking or believing, dropping some burdens. It is like a complete cycle in your life ending and a new one beginning, hence the journey. But there's fear, there's stress, anxiety, like what ifs. It's like what if city. What if it doesn't work out? What if I don't make enough money? What if I'm not happy there? What if, they lie or cheat? what if yourself to death is literally going to create more blocks and barriers. So if you're going to what if yourself to death, what if yourself in a positive way? What if everything works out better than expected? What if I get so excited and what's transpiring that I don't know why I didn't do this 10 years ago? Because you're starting to energetically and emotionally drain yourself. I feel like we're talking about being of two worlds, the old and the new. If I can pick the cards up. The Two of Earth is emotionally and energetically draining. And it's like, this is your past. This is what you're leaving. And this is the new, which is rest, rejuvenation, healing. It's kind of, let me give a better example. So we've had instilled in us, most of us, not all of us, a majority though, at least in the US, that in order to get anywhere in life, you have to work really hard. So whether it's 9 to 5 or 2 jobs or work. Well, let's say your new gig is to open your own business and it's only open on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It takes adjustment to move from this whole old self, this old world that we're closing out, to less is more. I don't have to work 900 hours a day. I don't have to overwork. I don't have to overdo it. But it's this uncomfortable because you were programmed and built. If you're not working X amount of hours and energetically putting all this in constantly, you're not worthy. You're not going to make it. It's not going to go anywhere. It's literally, this is rest, rejuvenation, meditation, following the intuition, the receiving the guidance, as opposed to you, Libra, sitting in this energy of, nope, I got to overthink everything, fear, stress, anxiety, got to think of the worst case scenario so I'm prepared. All of that is the old you. This is the new. This is what you're rising up. Like, yeah, this feels good. But you're still holding on to the past. That's the all tied up energy because you're of two worlds at this point. But I feel like you're going to get out of that. Number 53, by the end of the month. Nice. That could be when the gift's coming through. Number 54, it's happening now. I feel like the energy is shifting now. 100%. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we will move on to Gemini. And then we have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm like parched. Like I'm really thirsty. All right, Gemini. Gemini, this is what you need to know. Whew, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Keep leaving cards behind. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus. Cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Gemini. Ooh. Okay. Gemini. Are you guys so happy, excited for the holiday season? I know I am. Gemini. Okay. Gemini. Overall energy is number 38, fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. Love, compassion, self-acceptance. Heart chakra. And it is pertaining to number 5, the good Lord. Number 36, hope, big water. And number 23, the court. So in your heart chakra, the good Lord is, for me, it's about following higher guidance, like your higher spiritual guidance. Hope, big water reminds me very much of water energy, specifically Pisces, but it's literally about having faith in the future, but it's like focused in on what it is you desire, not on all the nonsense that, you know, is around it, like how long it's going to take to get there, or any of that. It's just, nope, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm focused on. And then the court is interesting because this could pertain to a legal matter for some of you. But it also feels very much like we're talking about some kind of final judgment. And balance. You have number 10, Fortune's Wheel. This is Pisces Sagittarius energy. This is about things getting moving after a time of stagnancy. It's like unexpected random jolt of progress. It's also about windfall. And I will say that the retrogrades are all going to start moving direct. I want to say by the 10th is when all but maybe one are going to be direct. So anytime we have retrogrades, which a crap ton of planets were in retrograde, it feels like things aren't moving. They're stuck at a standstill. But this is your big jolt. We have a 5 of Earth. So the 5 of Earth is thoughts turning to things. And it's thoughts of lack. It is thoughts of feeling not good enough, unworthy, feeling left out in the cold. I feel more than anything you were in this energy. Maybe you currently are to some extent. But I feel like things are going to shift and change very rapidly towards the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. This is rebirth. This is a time of abundance, a time of fertility, a time to turn your dreams into reality. I feel like the struggle is going to be over. I feel like you're moving into a new energy of prosperity and abundance. Venusian energy. It feels like making magic happen. And the underlying energy which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 28, victory, pertaining to number 31, short illness. You could have had some kind of a health issue going on. Victory and success feels very much like, it's almost like, okay, the 5 of Earth energy can create illness. It's where we continuously do the same thing over and over again that is lower vibration. So if we're angry all the time, like that has become our personality. We're just angry people, and I'm sure you've met these people. Normally, angry people will start showing health signs, symptoms of like cancer. They could be sick all the time. They could be, certain ailments, because your energy, the vibration gets expressed outward, but you're still holding all of that in your body. And if it's something toxic like anger, hatred, frustration, sadness, people who are depressed, things of those, they're going to start showing in the body. And so the short illness could have been tied to your thoughts turning to things. because eventually they will start manifesting in your own body. We do have a 3 of air. The short illness, frankly, could be tied to some kind of a heartbreak situation. The 3 of air talks about being protection, that rejection is protection. So if you were rejected, the 5 of earth, being left out in the cold, feeling unworthy or ungood enough. The 3 of air definitely could be pertaining to being not chosen. However, I feel like this card specifically depicts a third party. And it does specifically because we have 2 female birds. The 2 white ones, I don't know. This is like backwards when I'm trying to point at it. So white bird here, white bird here. Here's your male bird, the dark bird. And this person isn't chosen. That could be the being left out in the cold energy. We have the 10 of fire. The 10 of fire is releasing the burdens from the past. The experiences that we, in essence, decided to identify as ourself. So, heartbreaking situation, there's either a victim or victor mentality that goes with that, unless it's emotionally sovereign, and most people are not necessarily there yet. So victor is, I didn't like that person anyway. I'm way better than that. They were beneath me. Victim is, why didn't they want me? What's wrong with me? So that would be something that we're releasing. It's all energy. We're all energy. So if you're not chosen, it means that you are not an energetic match to a specific person. In essence, it is protection, because your ego mind is like, I need this person. And energetically, it's like, See, the thing is, the universe understands our energy and the people that we fancy. So it could be like serial killer. And you're like, oh, the best person ever. And you're like, and the universe is like, no. You're going to get chopped up in little pieces. Like, no. So it's an understanding. When you become emotionally sovereign, you understand that, oh, it wasn't meant to be, because we're not in energetic alignment. They're not the last person on the face of the earth. And if you were so attached to another human being to the point that you're doing unhealthy things, that it pertains more to the ego than anything else, that's when it's time to really truly go within, because we've got temptation, the devil card. And I feel like this is protection, because what attracted you to this situation is past. Something that you're trying to fill your cup up with another person, as opposed to your own emotional sovereignty. I feel like this is what's coming. But understanding that it's all pertaining to the ego. Number 35, next month looks promising. January. For some reason, also could pertain to the next full moon, which just so happens to be... It's not going to tell me because my calendar ran out. I have a celestial calendar that tells me like all the moons, and December is the ending, and so it does not tell me. Dang it. I don't know, sometime in January. Anyways. That's interesting. Those are backwards. That is what I have for you. I am going to move on to Pisces. Pisces. After I shuffle. January 3rd. Oh, good. Thank you, Vicky. Normally I can look at my handy dandy calendar but new year, new calendar. I guess I should get me a new one. We only have 3 signs left: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Only 3 left. All right, Pisces. Pisces, this is what you need to know. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Did I have a card flip? I guess not. I guess I caught it with my thumb. Ooh, nice. Okay, well, Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. La cucaracha. I don't know where that's coming from. Anyway, Pisces, overall energy for your reading is number 46, the thinking man. Pertaining to number 15, success in love. I dig it. So, Pisces, I feel like your time of drama and chaos and energy leak is behind you. We have the 5 of fire, which is drama, chaos, energy leak. And number 21, the world. Lessons have been learned. It's time to move into a new chapter. This is the ending of a cycle. So the dramatic cycle is coming to an end. And hence the success in love. I feel like the thinking man is like thinking outside of the box. It's no longer focusing on whatever you were focused on. Capricorn, Aquarius on the world card. We have a queen of water. Unless you're dealing with another water sign, because this is specifically Cancer. I feel like this is your energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And I love these cards, the good tarot. The Queen of Water, like, it just looks so highly spiritual to me, where she's literally following her senses. She's got a shell coming out of the third eye, which is to me like an antenna, and able to pick up on, receive images, things of that nature. But I feel like you're owning your power. You're no longer in that energy leak. We do have a 2 of Earth. This is of 2 worlds. Now, I feel like you're still dipping your toe into something that you shouldn't be. It's energetically and emotionally draining. But I feel like, in essence, you're moving in the right direction. That could actually just pertain to work in general. But I feel like there is still, you're still holding on to something, or still have a toe in the previous self. Like, you need to let it go. Completely detach. In your underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, number 11, cornucopia. Well, that's good energy. That's looking good, feeling good, smelling good, having it all, feeling very abundant. And it's pertaining to number 5, the good Lord. Frankly, I feel like you're in, I heard attunement, but I feel like you're in alignment. And I feel like you could have somebody coming in for you that is showering. Now, whether it's gifts that you're receiving, business you're receiving, finances that are coming in for you, something's coming in that's really going to make you feel like you've got it all. We have the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy. Well, this is alchemy, manifesting. And it's interesting because we have number 18, the moon, Pisces. That is your ruling planet. Isn't it the moon? Isn't that like a star? I don't know what I'm thinking. Anyway, It is about moving through your fears, but I also feel like, especially for Pisces, this is about energy, ebbs and flows. And it feels very much like, if you think about the moon energy and how it manipulates the tides, like it controls the tides, the water. I feel like putting these two together, you're manifesting not only a higher spiritual intuition, guidance, clarity, things of that nature. There's some kind of magic work. I just saw the Akashic records. There could be something that you're diving into pertaining to that. But I feel like you're controlling the ebbs and flows. It's no longer getting hit with like a dry spell. Like you're controlling the ebbs and flows, the energy. Interesting. We have number 13 next summer. So everything will be tip-top by next summer. There also could be something that's transpiring around May. All right, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat. We'll move on to Cancer. Oh, it would be something else I'd have to pack right now. Like, I didn't get rid of all my keepsake Christmas stuff, but I got rid of all the lights and everything because I thought we would have been in Montana by now. And here we are in December, and I really don't want to go get a tree because I already got rid of my tree stand and all the lights and everything because I was like, oh, let's get new stuff when we're in Montana. So I don't think I'm going to, although I do have a 15-year-old child who probably wants a tree. I'll figure something out, but I don't know. I don't know if I think it's more of the smell and the ambiance. Maybe I'll just get a good smelly candle. All right. Cancer. Cancer. What you need to know. Cancer, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Interesting. One more or two more. Okay, Cancer. Well, Cancer, overall energy, let me stretch out my legs, or my leg. Overall energy for your reading is number 40, 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, pertaining to number 13, a rich man. This is your sixth sense, clarity of thought, personal vision. You could be receiving visions pertaining to a rich man. What I find interesting, you've got the 6 of air. So I feel like your intuition is on point right now, or your knowing, right? Your third eye. The 6 of air is about moving into calmer emotional and mental waters. So you're leaving the storm, the arguments, the fights, whatever the case. We do have a 3 of air. This is rejection is protection. So I feel like there could have been some kind of a heartbreaking situation that took place. We have a Queen of Fire. That's Aries energy specifically, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag. And frankly, I feel very much like you are moving out of some kind of a situation that felt devastating. There could have been fighting, arguing, chaos. There could have been talking bad about each other or people talking behind each other's backs. This is going to be a heartbreak. Now, whether... I feel like whoever the Queen of Fire represents to you, male, female, not gender specific, I feel like this could be the person that's coming in for you. A fire sign. I don't feel like that's the person that is, I mean, it could be a fire sign that broke your heart, but I feel like this is somebody new coming in. This feels more like, it's almost like you're envisioning this person coming in. And frankly, you might not have been the one rejected. You might be the one rejecting another person because somebody's coming in. And it's almost like you knew on some level that this was going to transpire. And I heard just in the nick of time, because I feel like whatever the conflict is has been going on for a long time. We have a star card, number 17, Aquarius energy. This is wish fulfillment. It is your true north node, and it's having faith in the future. I feel like you're leaving some other situation behind that's toxic, chaotic, fighting, arguing, yelling, unhealthy. And this person is coming in for you. And on some level, you knew it was going to happen. We have number 28, victory, in your underlying, which you may or may not be aware of. Victory, success, pertaining to number 15, success in love. I will say that, again, I feel like you were 5 of air, fighting, arguing, yelling, people talking bad about each other. We have the 7 of earth, the seeds well planted. And I feel as though you're able to understand how you got in that situation to begin with. And it had a lot to do with number 15, temptation, Capricorn energy, the devil card, ego. It had to do more with codependency and old behavioral patterns. Yeah. I'm just going to pull all these. So that is what was with whomever it was with. It was chaotic, toxic, arguing, fighting, unhealthy, temptation. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Pisces, Sag. Literally coming out of nowhere, progress being made seemingly out of nowhere with abundance, windfall. With a King of Fire. It's a fire sign coming in for you, 100%. Aries, Leo, Sag. And they are a soulmate. Although I'm sure the past person was a soulmate too. Gemini energy. This is a very strong connection. This person, I feel like, is allowing you to understand how to love yourself. Number 31, next couple of days. Interesting. Or January's smacking me in the face too, so. Maybe you meet them in the next couple days and things really hit off in January. I don't know. All right, I'm going to shuffle and move on to our last sign, Scorpio. All righty. Last but not least, this time is going to be Scorpio. Scorpio. Happy Friday, everybody. Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know? All right. Ooh, I should probably write the timestamp down. Scorpio. What you need to know, Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know? Oops. Okay, interesting. Scorpio. Overall energy for your reading is number 49, Angel of Love, and number 27, Walking Away. So I don't know if you're walking away from this is interesting. You're walking away. I feel like you're walking away from money. It's pertaining to lots of money. I feel like you're walking away from money. Lots of money to go towards a new emotional experience or love. We have the Ace of Water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, a brand new emotional experience with the Three of Water, which is a time of celebration, joy, happiness, pertaining to the Three of Earth. The Three of Earth is collaborating, working well with others, and being in your creative endeavors. But we literally have the Angel of Love and Walking Away. And it pertains to lots of money. I feel as though you're following your heart and walking away from money. Now, the collaboration could be that you're this creative endeavor, if you will. But it could also be that some kind of a partnership leads to more, some kind of romantic situation. The reason I feel like you're walking away from lots of money is because in your underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface, that you may or may not be aware of, number 13, financial constraints, pertaining to number 23, the court. I feel like you're walking away from money. So whether it's in a business situation, whether it is with the court, there's some kind of a, something that there's a judgment against you for finances. I definitely feel like you are walking away from money to follow your heart. It doesn't mean you won't ever have money again, but it could be a situation if, like, let's say you got offered or in your current job, you got offered oodles and boodles of money to move up to the next level, but you, let's say, met somebody in another country. You're going to have to walk away from the money to be with the person, right? It's like you're following your heart. Could even be same company, oodles and boodles of money. You've decided, nope, I'm gonna quit this job and go on my own and do my own thing, open my own company, doing something completely different. You're walking away from a lot of money. This just feels like it pertains to some form of a judgment pertaining to the court. We have the Eight of Fire. The Eight of Fire is unexpected news coming in seemingly out of nowhere, driven by passion. It's coming in quick. And it pertains to a Queen of Earth, specifically Capricorn, but it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now, this is about grounded stability. And I feel like, again, we're talking about whether this is somebody you're dealing with or your energy, you're moving into the 9 of Earth, which means that you've emotionally detached in order to be emotionally sovereign. This is also sometimes considered the single card, to go for your wish fulfillment, your emotional wish fulfillment. We have the Ace of Air, which tells me, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, that you are gaining a new perspective. You're thinking new thoughts. You're seeing things differently, clarity, truth. You could even be receiving guidance, downloads, intuition heightened at this point. I gotta say, you're walking away from a lot of money. And again, it doesn't mean that you won't have money later on. I just feel like you would rather follow your heart than hold on to money. In essence, doing something for the wrong reasons. This is going to transpire around June, number 20. So that's what I have for you. That is what I have for you. All right. Again, next Friday is only going to be alive for the group members. So I think that's interesting. Can I even scroll up? I don't know if I can. Nope. All right. That is what I have for you all. I will see you all in the next one. Which again, I don't know when I'll be live again for everybody, but I will definitely be live next Friday for my group members. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy all the good holiday stuff going on, whatever that might be for